Hi guys, welcome back to one of my videos. I did state earlier in my last video that I would make a video of over-the-counter purchases here in Saudi Arabia, seeing as online support and online websites, you don't really have much of it at all. And it's better just to go to, usually better just to go to shops and see what you can get for the cheapest prices. Now, I'm living in Jeddah, okay, just put that here. So there are some shops that you can go to, and there's a particular place, they're wholesalers, so they can sell their parts at cheaper prices than most other shops, and I think actually that they're the cheapest in Jeddah. They're called System Computers. That's on Khalid bin Walid Street. Okay. Small little shop, but great prices. And so let's get on with it. Khalid bin Walid Street. Okay. Yeah. So for gaming CPU, I decided that for this build, I did state earlier on that I did an AMD build. This time I'll do an Intel build. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. CPU wise now, most people would, for budget builds, they tend to go with an i3 2100. I myself with an i3, seeing as I need the hyper-threading for my video editing and so on, and background tasks. But there's an alternative, there's a good alternative actually, and that's the Pentium G620. What this is basically, it's an i3 without the hyper-threading, and frankly you don't need the hyper-threading for games. It's completely, not completely, but it's useless. Games just don't benefit from hyper-threading, and keep in mind this is a dual-core processor. Now this is just fine because there are hardly any games out there that utilize more than 2 cores, except for Battlefield 3 and a handful of others. That's it. So dual core is just fine for games, no problem at all. This is a 2.6 gigahertz, and don't let the gigahertz fool you now. This is the Sandy Bridge architecture, which is very efficient, and in some cases it might even surpass the Athlon 2 X3, which I mentioned in my previous build, even though this is a dual core. So excellent choice. Okay, now keep in mind that if you buy RAM, most RAM is usually 1333 megahertz, but the G620 will limit that to 1066 megahertz. Not too much big of a deal, but something worth considering. Alright, and yeah, just keep in mind this is a Sandy Bridge CPU. Okay, and this comes in at a really nice price, really, I must say, for around, from System Computers, for 215 wheels, which is cheap. It's cheap. It's for a really good budget processor like that. 215 is a really nice price. And now we have another, motherboards now. Gigabyte motherboards tend to be good, so we'll go with that for budget anyway. H61 board should be just fine. Okay. Now this is a micro ATX board, which is a small form factor. No problem for that, since this is a budget build. This comes in for around, what was it again, 225 reals from System Computers. Okay. Any details I can put on this? No, this is just, it's a basic motherboard. It's good. It's good enough for what it does. And let me remember, what was it? H61. I think it was H61 S2P-B3. Okay, it's an LGA 1155 motherboard. Good, because the Sandy Bridge is 1155. Oh, where did you go? Come back here, you. Okay. So S2P, yeah, just a basic board, which is good enough for our basic budget build here. GPU now. Well, you can't find. Yeah, I haven't found any good selection of GPUs in what you may call them, in System Computers. So But there's a good selection at another place called Golden Lion Technology, or GTL, GLTSA for short. That's just opposite, what was it called? Quraysh Street. Okay. Yeah, inside one of the neighborhoods. You should find the shop. It's a small little shop, and they have a nice selection of graphics cards over there. In fact, they have an offer that recently came out, so you should really spring for this before they run out. It's an HIS Radeon 7750, very decent graphics card, 1 gigabyte of GDDR5, and that's good. Normally you want to stick away from DDR3. It's just not that good for gaming. You want a DDR5 graphics card. So it's a decent graphics card. You can play your games at 1080p with it, but you probably have to turn off anti-aliasing. No big deal, since you're considering it's a budget build. This is a really nice price actually. It's under 500 riyals, which is great. 469 to be precise, and 7750 for under 500. That's grand. That's great. The last time I saw it, it was a Sapphire, I think, was for 540. So this is a well, killer offer for local prices anyway. Okay, moving on to RAM. We want 4 gigabytes of Kingston. Now 4 gigabytes, yeah. Just keep in mind, we're getting this from Golden Lion Technology. Okay. Now RAM, 4 gigabytes of 4 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. That's 1333 megahertz, and Kingston. What? Longston. Kingston. Okay, here we go. This should be around 83 riyals. Yeah, that's what I got it for. Okay, now moving on to hard drives. Also from System Computers. You can find this 500 gigabyte Caviar Blue. Good hard drive. 7200 RPM, excellent. You don't want anything below 7200 RPM. You might find your desktop speed becomes less. So this is a nice price considering the high prices of hard drive these days. This is 270 riyals, which is good. DVD RW, also from what's it called, System Computers. Yeah, so you get a light on DVD RW. This is a nice price for SR65. Okay. Case now. Cases. Yeah. Case you can get from, what's the place again? Yeah, it's called Softland. Softland is in Softland. That's in City Center, which is on Medina Road. Medina Road itself. Okay, great place for finding cases. They have a very nice selection over there, and a few budget cases as well. Currently, this is a new one that just came in. I think it's a Silverstone. I'm not sure exactly of the model number, but it's a nice price actually. It's it's really difficult to find cases for under 300 riyals, these branded good name cases, but I found this for 185, which is a very killer deal. US prices actually, and that's good for a budget case anyway. So now power supply. Be sure not to skimp on the power supply. I've already recommended this for my previous build. You can get a Corsair CX500, that's 500 watts, alright, with 12 volts with 34 amps. That's excellent. Okay, that's a little bit expensive, but worth it 285 reals. Alright. So, total for that. Total. Now, I consider the monitor as a separate purchase. If you already have a monitor, that's fine. But, anyway, let's see what we have total here. Calculator out, please. 215 plus 225 plus 469 plus 83 plus 270 plus 65 plus 185 plus 285. Ah, very nice. 1,797. That's actually cheaper than I thought. That's excellent. So 1,797, and I like to convert to dollars, so let's do that. Nice. Budget gaming built for under $500. That's very nice. Excellent. Sorry, wait. $480, which is good. Maybe we can, is there any, what's it called? We can squeeze in some more money, get some more RAM if you want. You can make it 8 gigabytes, which is more than enough. 1797. Hey, this should be enough. You can up the graphics card, maybe a 7770 or a 6850, and that would be still nice. But if you're really budget constrained and this is your, if you want to stay under $500, that's nice. That's really nice, actually. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. And keep in mind that just when gaming now on this kind of build, you can play the latest titles, some of them at 1080p, but you'll have to turn off anti-aliasing and so on. No big deal. Okay. Monitor. Now this is actually my personal favorite. I've had a heck of a time trying to find a decent monitor for a decent price, and just monitors here are bloody overpriced. Bloody hate it, but after a lot of searching I managed to find BenQ to be a great choice around here. And you can get a 22-inch monitor BenQ that's 1080p, that's full HD, which is 1920 by 1080, and with a DVI input as well. Excellent. Not VGA, you want to stay away from VGA. How much was that? Nice price, really. That was under 500 reals. That's 480 reals. So in total, this complete build works out to, I'm lazy, I don't want to do mathematical calculations. 1797 plus 480. Wow, that's grand. That's really grand. Total, it works out to 2,277, and in dollars, I think that's roughly $600. I think. 2277. Wow, nice. $607, just over $600 for a budget gaming build, including the monitor. That's decent. That's really nice. Oh, I'm liking this. See guys, there's no need to spend thousands of reals on a gaming PC and all the crap that the salesman tells you about this motherboard and this graphics card. You get something really decent for just over 2,000 reals. That's nice, eh? And it's an 1080p monitor. That's nice. Under 480 reals. I see these as the highlights, really. GPU, Ace Radeon, the Pentium G624-215. Great purchases, really. And this new case from Silverstone, 185. Keep in mind also, yeah, this is from Softland City Center. Hurry up before they get sold out. These things run out of stock very quickly here. Okay, and that's Softland City Center, which is on Medina Road. That's beside what actually? That's just before Palestine Street. Okay, so there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you later.